All right guys, back here with the truck, and I pulled the tailgate off and I am going to be finally fixing the tailgate now. It fell over like as soon as I painted it. Like the paint was, still wet and everything, and it scratched it, and then it got drug around a little bit, and it got dented right in here, right up here, and right there. So I got 5 dents to fix on it. And then it also landed on this corner, but I just put a little bit of weld on there and ground it down and smoothed it out. So that looks really good now. I can live with that. It's pretty close. So I gotta just fix the dents, get it all sanded down, and I'm just gonna rip it down quick and reprime at least most of it. Obviously I gotta prime the Bondo spots and where the dents are, and I'll just fill them quick, and hopefully that looks like a crease, so I might have to pound that in a little bit, but I'll work it out and see if I can't get it looking right again. So hopefully this is the one spot I'm most concerned about, but I'm gonna see what I can't do, and then I'll get the whole thing repainted again, and hopefully get it looking like the rest of the truck, and nice and straight. So I'll get to work on it. All right guys, so I got the tailgate all sanded down here, and I actually kind of had to pull this corner back up a little bit here because it was kind of pushed in from when it got chipped on the edge right there too. But I think that should just get covered in primer pretty good. But this spot is where one of the dents was. Actually there was kind of 2, and I kind of had to pound this up with a body hammer, and I think I got it pretty level right there. So it's mainly just that mark right there, and it was kind of creased, but I think I got that pretty good where I can just fill all that in. Here was another dent right there, and then this one right here I kind of had a high spot from it hitting on the seam right here. So I kind of made a high spot, so I kind of had to dent it in. So I'm hoping I can just fill that in, but there might still kind of be a high spot or something in there, but I'm just gonna see what a little bit of body filler does. But I don't have a wooden stir stick to mix it. I just have my aluminum one, and I don't want to ruin my aluminum one. So I gotta go home and get that, and then I'll come back and fill it all in. And then you gotta let it sit for a couple minutes, like 10 minutes, well, until it hardens basically, and then you can sand it down, and then hopefully we get this thing nice and smooth again, and then I can get it all painted up, and hopefully be able to match the sides of the truck. Like I said, I wanted to add another coat to the hood, the bumpers, and then fix the rear bumper a little bit, and definitely the box, and then I can wet sand and buff it all out. But I got my lights all mounted up in the rear bumper, so now all I gotta do is they're just kind of loose in there, so I can take that out, and then I just gotta smoothen this out, and then there might be another little scratch on that side, and then I'll get that repainted, and hopefully in the end it all matches this color right here. And then like I said about the door handles too, like there's a little light spot right there on this one and on this side. So definitely need some touch-ups and some corrections, but tailgate's about ready, and then I'll probably move on to the rest of the stuff. I'm probably gonna wet sand, but this I just wanted to rip through it just because of how rough it was and scratched and dented. So now that this is done, I can get on to wet sanding that, but I'm gonna get this all filled in and smoothened out, and get this all done. I just gotta do the top a little bit too, I think. So I don't think there's any damage on the top though, but just so when I paint it, it's all good. And then I'll move on to the next thing. So let me get back to you guys. All right guys, so here I have the tailgate all set aside, But I got all the dents pretty smooth now. This one could probably be, you know, a little bit better, because I can kind of feel a spot in there. But I was starting to run low on sandpaper, and I didn't have anything to mix the Bondo left, and it was getting late. This one's pretty good too. But I gotta go over the whole thing with a finer grit, because this was just 180, and you know, would want to go over it with at least a 320. 400's okay too, but I just don't want any of these scratches to show up through the paint. So I gotta go over it with a finer grit, and then I can really just try and get these nice and smooth. This one I was having a lot of problems with trying to get smoothing, because there was like a crease, because right here on the edge it got pushed down and dented right here, which creased it right in there. And I kind of showed you guys that if you guys didn't totally see it. But yeah, it's pretty smooth. The only thing is like maybe a little bit right in here, but I mean it's the smoothest that I've gotten it so far. And I just gotta, you know, kind of like fine sand it. And then I need some sandable primer, because that's the best way to seal body filler or Bondo. And then you just block it out, and then you can prime over it all, and then, you know, do your body color, your base coat and clear coat. So that's the plan, but I don't have any sandable primer, so I'll have to get some, and then I can get the tailgate all painted up, and then hopefully get it matching the rest of the truck again. And also I might try and look for a box for the truck too, but we'll see what happens. And I actually just ordered a dual sub setup, so I'll be setting up, well, when that comes I'll be setting it up. But I have a new radio to set up in the truck as well, so I'll be playing with that here in the next few days. But it's paint corrections, sound system, and lighting pretty much is all that's left. I'd like to fix some things with the box. I have some ideas, but I'll just let you guys know about that later on. And then yeah, paint matching a few more things like mirrors and stuff like that, like you guys will see coming up. So with that being said, I'll leave it at that, and I will catch you guys on the next thing. All right guys, so back with the tailgate here, and I actually worked on it a little bit more just to try and get it a little bit more smooth. And you know, I'm still not fully happy with this spot, but I mean, it is what it is. And I'll just make sure to spray it extra thick right there with some sandable primer. I'm happy with this spot now. I think this spot's pretty good, and this spot has been pretty good since I you know, the first few. But I've spent so much time trying to get this right, and you know, I'm still learning. But I tried going over it with a straight edge too, and I can still feel a spot right here. But you know, I'm basically out of sandpaper now. This was basically the last of it. I still have like one more sheet, but this is only 320. I used up all my 180, and I didn't have anything more coarse. But yeah, it's weird because like right here, it's like right here feels like a little dent from a scratch or something, and maybe in here, but I don't know. I mean, guys, I'm still learning. I am by no means, you know, like a professional or anything along the lines of that. Oh, maybe, yeah, a little bit right there too. So I'm just gonna sand it a little bit more, and then call it good. And then I'll just you know, clean it all up nice, tack cloth it, make sure it's nice and clean, probably tape around the edges, and then I will do my sandable primer, and then I'll block it all out, make sure it's nice and smooth, and hopefully pretty good. You know, I'm not sure about this area. You know, I kind of wish, because this spot actually kind of feels good now. It's more like right in here. But I'm hoping that the sandable primer will at least bury that, or at least get it, you know, so it's not that noticeable. And I mean, it's only the tailgate, but you know, I want it to be perfect. And you know, I also want to learn too. But yeah, I kind of wish I just didn't even put that dent in it. But this spot and this spot was just from it falling over. That one kind of was me. But anyways, so that's the plan. Just clean it up now. Kind of just tape a little border on it so I don't get any overspray on the sides. And then I'll probably just spray the whole thing in sandable primer and block it all out to make sure that it's all nice and smooth. And in case any rough spots, like maybe in here, you know, just try and bury all this and cover all that up. And then yeah, hope that it all turns out nice again and like a new tailgate. So that's the plan. And then once I sand it out, or block it out rather, I shouldn't have to prime it again, but we'll see how that goes, because you know, I might accidentally break through, and if I do, then I might just shoot it all with primer, because I got to prime a bunch of other stuff too, like some of the new parts that I'm painting. And I actually might paint one of my coil springs again too, because it fell over and that's just gonna bother me, and I want this truck to just be absolutely perfect. So that's the plan. And I don't know if I'm gonna get it painted tonight, but for sure tomorrow. So I'll just keep you guys updated. All right guys, so I just cleaned off the tailgate here, and should have got most of the dust off of it. I just used some glass cleaner. I'm pretty sure I've seen people use that before. I mean, it should be fine as long as you know you let it all evaporate off and stuff. And then I'm gonna go over it all anyways and tack cloth it. And then I got my tape here. I'm just gonna tape around the outside, and you know, be careful of getting any overspray on any of the other stuff. I might have to double wall it and kind of like fold it down or something, but I don't want to get any paint overspray on that. But I also want to make sure I get the edges all nicely, because that's something I need to work on when I'm painting. So you know, I want to make sure I get the edges, because I had that problem with the hood, but the hood actually has to come off and be repainted again anyways. Well, this time I'll be careful about runs, and because as you can see, it's just barely lighter, so I'm gonna add another coat to it and darken it. But you can see the very edges are kind of not covered, so I'll work on that this time. And then hopefully it turns out pretty good. So I just got a little bit more work to do on the tailgate, and then it'll be ready to be painted. All right guys, so I actually couldn't resist, and I worked on it a little bit more, and I got this spot better, and I'm actually pretty happy with it now. And it's really smooth. This spot's pretty smooth too. And now it's time to you know, clean it one more time, tape it off. And I was actually looking at it, I might actually look for some paper and tape off the back, and then because the bottom here got a little scuffed, so probably just repaint the sides of it as well. And yeah, because I don't want a chance seeing that, and I want it to all look pretty good. Actually, you know what, I might just go with this and just call that good. Maybe try and buff that out a little bit, because that is the bottom, it's hard to see it, and I don't want to have a tape line right there. So yeah, I'll actually probably just switch back to just doing right off this, and then try and cover all this. So that's the plan. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to tape it all off anyways, and then just have, you know, my tape line right off the seam right here. So that's the plan. But also when I'm doing my, you know, sandable primer, I want to just, you know, coat the bare spots and where the Bondo is first, and then go over it all, because that'll make up for the layer that, you know, I had to sand off. So that'll kind of fill it in a little bit, and kind of build it up and try and level it out, and it's better that way. And try and block it all out nice and smooth. I mean, I'm just calling it good enough on this one. This one actually feels better than this one now, but this one may be a little high right here, but you know what, I'm hoping I can just block it out, and I'm sure you'll hardly be able to notice it because it's very minor, but I'm being very picky with this. But you know, I think I already have too much time into it, so it's got to be good enough, and I'll get it all painted up tomorrow. And then I'll wait on you know, finishing painting it, because obviously I gotta let it dry, block it out, and then it'll be more productive to paint more than just the tailgate. Might start wet sanding the box, and might prep up the new tow mirrors, and maybe try to get the headlights apart, and maybe even wet sand the bumpers, and try and spray the bumpers too. But I already know I'm gonna need like 2 sessions, and whatever I do in the second session will probably go with the tail lights too, because I really want to get the tail lights done and paint matched, because that would look so much better if the back of this thing was fully paint matched, because these tail lights just, like, you know, stick out like a sore thumb. So if they were paint matched, that would look so clean. But I'm so worried about doing it because you got to cut up the housing, and yeah, it's kind of sketch because I don't want it to look bad. So a little nervous about that, but somehow the light on the inside's already marked up. So I don't know. I mean, these are pretty cheap tail lights. They're only like, I don't know, either $140 or $165, and I don't even have reverse lights in them actually. But yeah, I don't know. That's about all that I could find, and I like the style too. So I guess I'll go with it. And I mean, if I mess it up, I don't know, I might look for nicer ones, or I could always just buy another pair. It's no big deal. So that's the plan there. And it's, well, technically Wednesday now because it's 1:30, but yeah, hopefully by the weekend I have a good group of parts lined up to paint, and I can start getting this truck all matched up and corrected here. So this should be it for all the body damage now, and now it's just trying to match all the paints, which you gotta learn somehow. So I'm gonna give it a shot, and hope that it actually looks closer than it is now. So I will catch you guys when I have this all prepped and more stuff ready to go.